Let's heal your unworthiness wound. Let's get to the core. Let's get to the root. Let's get you free. Watch this video. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please click the little subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. I just got off teaching my live masterclass called All In. We will be doing more of these, so make sure you check the links. And in this class, there was so many questions about worthiness, the blueprint, the emotional imprint, the somatic fears that come up in your body. And this is what I want to say about worthiness. If there is any part of yourself that feels like you do not deserve what you desire, you are functioning under a worthiness wound. Where does this come from? It comes from not having a correct mirror. What happened when you're young, especially if you're highly sensitive, is you had parents that did not heal all of their trauma. And so they projected that onto you. When you were being honest or you were saying what your needs were, they felt inadequate emotionally, so they made you feel like your emotions were wrong. When you have a parent who does not do their emotional healing, inner child work, which most people didn't in this generation, you will have a projection of their unhealed self onto you, and that becomes your identity. That becomes your mirror. And so you've never anchored in your truth. So what happens is now you become dependent on your conditions for evidence that I am or am not worthy. And so we freak out about this and we try to, avoid that by being people pleasers, perfectionistic, helpers, fixers. We're doing that. We're trying to manipulate and control the outside evidence to get the validation that we're worthy. But in the meantime, we've just abandoned our authentic self. So what we also do when we're controlling and manipulating and trying to get that unworthiness wound, mirrored as worthy, but we're also taking any evidence of not being worthy as a possibility of our truth. And therefore, part of ourselves is in the shadow. We are not connected with our most intimate part of ourself, which is our truth, our heart. We are blocking our heart. We are trying to protect our heart because our inner child is still trying to protect ourselves to be not be in survival mode, but to survive our situation. So part of us had to believe that we were unworthy to mirror what they were telling us, to feel connection, to have a shared identity. And now that is in your head. And so you keep trying to have a connection with yourself, but what you keep doing is the opposite of that connection. So when we are healing unworthiness wounds, we have to understand that the upper limits issue we have to gaining financial freedom, the upper limits we have, the ceiling we have to have available partners who are not toxic. All of this is part of the unworthiness wound being mirrored in our externals and us agreeing. We have to not agree with that. We have to tell our inner child who is looking for permission slip to own herself or himself to be that person, to be that parent, to reparent and say, oh, I see evidence that I'm not worthy. I know that's not true though. So I'm going to bypass that evidence and disagree with it and open up to possible evidence that I am worthy by being the vibration of knowing my worth. A lot harder than it sounds, but very possible. This is what I do weekly in my Truth Room membership. You might want to check it out. Check it out for 1 month and then quit if you don't like it, but you will love it. And I show up every week and I do these deep dives with clients. It is one thing to work with yourself and with someone else with yourself. It's another thing to watch other people going through exactly what you're going through so you don't feel alone and you're like, holy cow, I resonate with these people. This is my tribe. I never felt like I belonged to my tribe. You belong to the Truth Room. That's below. But in this experience, we have the ability to stop all the lies we tell ourselves that are misinterpretations. For example, if I'm still attracting narcissistic partners, there must still be something wrong with me. No. What's wrong is you're still agreeing with that attraction. And instead of saying, no, I deserve better, you're saying, see, it's the same mirror as my childhood. It's going to be the same mirror of your childhood because this universe is a hologram and it can only ever reflect to you your belief about you. So when you start to upgrade your belief, regardless of the evidence, you start saying no to the things that don't feel good. You start saying no to the things that make you feel unworthy. You start saying no. And you start acting as if you are the worthy person. Guess what happens? More evidence of being worthy. The minute you see something that looks like rejection, that rejection sensitivity wound pops up and you're like, oh no, Is it true? You have an uncertain identity because it was never anchored, but also because your basic boundaries were broken. And our boundaries are what keep us safe in our own identity. If we don't have positive boundaries in our childhood, we are not having them for ourselves because we do to our inner child what was done to us as a child until we stop doing that because we start reparenting. So I want to let you guys know that you can absolutely heal your unworthiness wound. You can actually absolutely call in the career you desire of working remotely and making more money than ever. But what happens is most people feel like that's not possible. So they're putting the impossibility out there in the frickin' hologram. It's really about getting delusional enough to say I can have everything that I deserve and then watching it come to you. Not right away. You must build momentum against the old momentum of the past. The old identity is still hanging out because your inner child feels safe in that identity, because your inner child is blocking you from your shine, because when you were in your identity and shine as a child, you got rejected or misunderstood or called too much or abandoned. We don't need to be doing that to ourselves. It's about becoming emotionally autonomous to yourself and choosing God as your parent over the authority figure called your parent that had wounds that they projected onto you. God doesn't have wounds they project onto you. And one of the examples I gave in my class today is, I asked my clients, like, do you think I would reject you? And they're always like, no. I go, why is that? Because I don't reject a single damn thing about myself. I've owned it all in and I'm like, oh, I'm aware of that. It can't hurt me. I'm aware of it. Right? If you're like, oh, I have this pattern of sabotage or something wrong with me, I say, I have this pattern of sabotage. And it makes sense why I would sabotage that, because my childhood, XYZ. And then it starts to integrate with you instead of fighting you. You're fighting against your inner child's protection. It's really about integrating that inner child. So that someone who's integrated is very excited to see you thrive because I'm already letting myself thrive. Somebody who doesn't want you to thrive, who's challenged by you and triggered by you and threatened by your real worthiness and wants you to buy into the fact that you're not worthy, it's because they don't feel it. They are challenged by you feeling worthy because then it's a mirror of the thing in them that they are denying. Take that in. So I'm going to drop this right here. I am going to be doing deep dives on this. Starting March 2nd, my new inner work group starts. 3 to 5 people with me, 90 minutes a week, okay? If you want to do a deep dive for 8 weeks with me, check out Inner Work. If you want to just touch on these points weekly or monthly, check out my Truth Room. It is very cheap. It's $98 for level 1. You'll see me live once a month and get all of my my mini courses and all of the community aspects. Level 2 is $248 for 4 sessions with me live, plus all the other things. Inner Work is a little more expensive because it is one-on-one time with me in the group, only 3 to 5 people. And obviously, I also have my one-on-one sessions available, as well as my book is coming out. So you got to get on the interest form link. I want you guys to join me for my for my virtual launch. So please check out my book release link. It is for those of you who are too conscious for this world because you came here to upgrade this system. This is your book. Last thing I'm going to mention is my retreat is open for registration. So my retreat, I'm taking a group of women with me to the Caribbean, to the Dominican Republic, May 22nd to the 26th. And it's going to be insane. We're doing deep dives with me every single day. We have floating sound bath sessions. We have horse therapy. We have the yacht. We have so many amazing things. We stay together in this insane villa with a chef, a butler, the whole thing. So if you are a woman who is wanting to do a retreat by yourself or with a friend, contact me. We can have a call or just check out the link. All of that is for you. Please come say hi to me on Instagram. I'm posting reels about this stuff every single day. Please share this with one person you think it can help. I really love you guys. I really value you. When you guys show up to my live masterclasses and stuff, it makes my freaking week. So thank you for those of you who did join me today. And for those of you who missed the masterclass, there will be a replay available that I will post when I get it. And other than that, I love you guys. Take care of yourself. You are worthy.